Alright, so we're going to be starting this game right now. This is a Map of the Month, Sancturium. There's an organization out there called Map of the Month. They create these maps every month, and they play tournaments with like top players on them, like DDE has been playing. He's won like 3 of them, and we're going to be playing on one of these maps. Puck is going to be playing for Convergence Gaming. He's a ProToss player. His opponent is going to be from Chaos Factors, and he's going to be Ice Dragon.
And we see that Puck is spawning in the top right, or excuse me, top left corner. God damn, it's the morning. And then we see that his opponent, Ice Dragon, is spawning in the bottom left.
Yeah, so it's going to be a Terran versus Protoss. And interesting, the colors seem to have changed for me a little bit, like from
Yeah, me too. I guess it's the way the map's set up.
Yeah,
just
like,
looks a little darker. It reminds me of Brood War. I don't know if you played, but this is exactly what kind of stuff they would do to the colors in Brood War.
Huh. Yeah. It's like, it looks like nighttime to me, essentially.
That's a pretty good call. It definitely does.
Yeah, so maybe this is a nighttime battle. You're gonna try to sneak up on your opponent in the dark. Gonna be good for Dark Templar.
But I'm not sure if this is BMing or if Puck is serious. But either way.
Yeah, I have my language filter on, so great. Yeah, don't use profane language on the stream. Yeah, that's actually not allowed. FYI. So,
Fair.
our Terran player gonna be throwing down his bunker barracks right now. There's no bunker right now. Trust me.
And we already see that both players choosing not to wall off, which is indicative of a TVP matchup.
Yeah, so let's take a look at this map. There's a single Xel'Naga tower in the center of the map, standard Blizzard Xel'Naga tower, and as we move down the ramp towards our players, there's a very nice third expansion here. It does have 2 gas as well coming up the ramp. It's a double-sided ramp, and it does allow access into the natural expansion.
We got a quick pause going on.
And Puck is going to be president one day. He wants your CP. Yeah, I agree. With
We're gonna
what?
take some time and message him. But anyway, guys, we see that he's going to be opening up Barrack first. He hasn't got his gas yet, so he could be going for a fast expand. And, you know, granted of how favored this map is for expanding, it's definitely set up for a macro style. I wouldn't be surprised to see Ice Dragon open up that way.
Yeah, definitely. It really, to me, looks like a couple of Siege Shanks, like 1 or 2 Siege Shanks, easily secure your natural expansion. Also, the third base is relatively close by, very easy to maneuver to that location. And there's also this interesting pod over here that oversees your third base from your main expansion. So like it's gonna be pretty easy to blink units down there, put Siege Shanks up there, you know, defend your third base pretty quickly from your main.
I'm interested to see how Puck's going to react because he did spot that command center. So he knows that if he doesn't expand himself, he's going to be behind, which means that he should be working on his plan of attack. But right now, he's actually getting out a Stalker, and he's got his second gas up. So
yeah,
perhaps
one of the ways that you can deal with the Terran going really fast expansion, like Ice Dragon is going right now, is to actually go War Prism Harass. It can do so much damage in a flash. Like, the Terran army is small, it's not as maneuverable because there's no stim pack, so it's going to be difficult to defend both the natural and the main, especially once that command center floats out to the natural expansion. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Puck do that after his expansion comes up. Wouldn't be surprised to do that for him to do that anytime in this game, especially with what he did last game.
Yeah, after seeing how fast a Warp Prism is with that upgrade, it definitely changes my play. I mean, sometimes I will play and dally with random, but I definitely prefer Protoss if I'm going to off-race from Zerg.
Yeah.
But that Warp Prism, like, it's boggled my mind right now.
Yeah, War Prisms are, like, they're almost as fast as Phoenix. I think Phoenix are actually faster, but actually I have to check that now. That War Prism was really fast. So
I would be very surprised if it was faster than a Phoenix.
I'm pretty sure it's not faster than a Phoenix, because that would be really strange to me.
Yeah, we also saw that Puck tested the ramp right there. He saw 5 Marines, which is a normal amount if the Terran is expanding. So
Yeah.
he probably feels safe. It wasn't any kind of toss-up.
Yeah.
But we do see that Stim is on the way. Or, excuse me, Concussive Shell is actually on the way.
Yeah, so he may be gearing up to do a little bit of pressure. Looks like a couple of SCVs being pulled off the line. Gonna be headed out for some attack here. His Concussive Shell is just about to finish. He's gonna be rallying those units forward to see if he can do any damage. And Puck is actually not so great.
He's doing
right
a 6
now.
gate. Yeah, he's doing a 6 gate. So when it hits, he'll have reinforcing units. But right now, this is probably slightly scary with that Marauder right there. He'll be able to micro around, but there aren't any Zealots on the field.
Yeah, he's gonna have to force field perfectly. And there's the force fields going down. He's going to be able to pick off a couple of those Marines. More sentries coming down the ramp here. Looks like Ice Dragon's push is going to get cleaned up. The 2 Marines not doing too much damage. He did pick off 1 sentry, which is a pretty big hit, especially if that was a sentry with full energy.
Yeah, and checking the Econ tab, we see that Puck is actually ahead by 11 Harvesters right now.
Wow. Alright, so that's actually quite a bit for Puck right now. He's been chrono boosting workers through this entire time, and he's going to be warping in 6 gateways worth of stuff, and going for an attack. He's got stalkers leading the charge as well as sentries to be able to force field behind those bunkers. If any bunkers even come up, there's a single bunker on the way, but nothing is in it right now. There's also a missile turret.
Yeah, really weird that he went for that missile turret. I guess he felt threatened for the possibility of DTs. It will take about 3 bunkers to keep him safe from this push, but we don't have any Zealots on the field yet, so I'm not sure how strong this 6 gate's going to be.
The bunker does get loaded up. The Marauders in there do clean up one of the sentries, and it did have a lot of energy, so that's a pretty big hit to this push, but he's now warping in those Zealots. He's going to be able to pressure these bunkers in just a second. I'm surprised that Ice Dragon hasn't pulled any SCVs to actually repair these bunkers right now.
And he's not using the, the Guardian Shield.
He's just force fielding. And those are...
Yeah, these units are taking a little more damage than they need to.
But
look at the reinforcements right now. That's a lot of Protoss forces.
Yeah, definitely a lot of pushing in there, and Ice Dragon didn't have the bunker numbers he needed to be able to take that game. Puck easily taking that away from Ice Dragon's CF by doing that 6 gate there. And it was just a really clean push there. His force fields were perfect. He held off that early pressure with those perfect force fields as well. If he didn't have those force fields down perfectly, he wouldn't have held that off, and all of his sentries would have gone down.
We've said it several times. In order for a Terran to expand and hold off some kind of warp gate pressure, 3 bunkers is really the limit. You have to have at least 3. And, he only had 2. And not to mention, he had Marauders in them. So it made it really easy to pick off those Marines.
Yeah, so we're going to be headed to Test Bug for Game 3.